Good evening, good evening. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me. Lovely to see that you're all there ready and waiting. And I think I'm right in saying that it's Julie Thomas's birthday today. So if I am right in saying that, thank you very much for joining me on your birthday. Hope it's before you get treated to a lovely evening meal or something, or maybe you've been out for lunch. I do have a little something to show you, but it's not what I'm actually going to use today. So these are the brand new, I thought I'd just slot these in. These are the brand new stamps and matching die sets from Julie Hickey Designs. I will be using them another day, but not today. But they are beautiful. As you can see, they're quite huge. So they're an A5 size stamp set, and they are called, oh goodness, I've forgotten what they're called. Pretty Blooms, I think. I think they're called Pretty Blooms. Wait a minute. Perfect Pretty. Very, very pretty. So I'm just sort of pointing these out while stocks last of these, that if you are interested in anything like that, before we actually have a go at playing with them, want to do some watercolours with those, probably now next week, I think. But I thought I'd show you them anyway. So you have got a range of beautiful different foliage, which is very pretty, with the matching dies, which are excellent, so that you can cut those out beautifully. And then you've got a range of flowers, all sorts of sizes and different ones, which is so pretty to put them all together. And I am also, I've got them upside down, these ones I think are so nice. And you've got the matching dies. You can see I've been playing with them, the matching dies that go with it. So as I said, I will put them on, they are on the website, they're under Julie Hickey's collection bit, but that's not what we're going to actually do today. But if you fancy having a look, you know where they are. Because what we're going to do is I had a big delivery at the weekend. So pre-orders of bits and pieces are all on their way to you. And it does mean that I've refilled some of the bits and pieces that we've got. So hence we're going to be using some double looped circle easy frames today with the essential foliage and moonstone dies. This is these I had in stock a few weeks ago, just before Christmas. So I thought I'd bring these back in again. So just showing you that I used one of these today, but those are also back in stock. And I brought in some of the For the Love of Stamps Loving Words set. So this is this one. And I thought it had some really nice sentiments on there, and a decent price for good quality stamps. So that's what we like to see. So that's the only new thing that you will see. The other things are all things that we've had before. And I fancy doing a slightly different fancy fold as well. And just to bring that into you to just remind you, these are the double looped circle easy frames. So designed to go within a 6-inch card, but I'm actually going to do a 7-inch card today. And you've got the outer frame there, which has got the double loops, hence the name. And then you've got a stitched inside frame. So literally that will then sit inside there, which gives a really nice different look. Hold on. Apart. And then I'm crept in one of the essential foliage to use with this, and I am going to use some flowers, but I'm actually going to be using some that are already mulberry flowers that have already been made, and you know, not by me. I just thought I'd use those for a change. So without further ado, let us just look one more time at this bit, because you can possibly see down the bottom, next YouTube live February card kit. Oh, if I can get hold of it. And that is this Sunday the 2nd of February at 6 o'clock is the launch of the card kit for February, because yes, it will already be February now. Subscribers are already signed up for it, but there are some left over, so that's good. So if you're interested, then they will be live at 6 o'clock on Sunday for those of you that are not subscribers. Okay, so any of the items that you see today, I'll bring this down again, that's where you're going to find them. Maximumcrafts.com, nip over there, and in the all YouTube items, you will find all of these listed right at the top, so you don't have to look too far. So without further ado, let us start off with a 7-inch card blank. Now I want to make it into a sort of a, well, I would call it a gatefold, but it's not our the gatefolds normally are the folds that sort of fold in like a gate, like that, or like a window, I would have said. But anyway, I want to just trim this down a little bit. So I'm going to bring in my trimmer. I'm going to open my card up, and I want to make a mark along here with my ruler down to, on the crease, to approximately, 10 centimeters. So just down to there. So it's on the crease itself. Okay. And then, oh, crash my wallet. Move that out of the way. I'm going to bring that into my cutter so that the edge, the folded edge, is right on my cutting edge. I'm going to start it about there, which is where that mark is, and then just cut that along. Then, so you can see I've just slit that down there. Then I'm going to turn that around to do it that way, I think. A minute, I'm just trying to see which way to do it. That way. Which is the best way to do it? Because I don't want to cut that. Just measure it really and cut it, I think. Yeah. So let's just do a pencil line on there. So if I measure down the other side, that's probably easiest. Measure down this side as well, 10 centimeters, and a little mark. And then join those two together. Like so. And then I will just cut that by hand, I think is probably easiest. So I don't want to mess it up, do I? It's only a straight line. Even I can manage that. So then this is sort of like going to be a front fold, as I said. And it's just going to be a slightly different. Oh. Don't want that to rip, do I? Slightly different little fold there. So we won't need that bit, but we will need this bit here. So that's how we're going to have it folding. So my theme is going to be along a pinky mauve theme. So I've already cut out some card. So I've taken a piece of mauve card and I've cut that to 16 centimeters by 16 centimeters. And I can put that one straight inside my card base. I've given it quite a nice big border for this one, because I thought that that would probably be the answer for this one. So I'm going to call this a gatefold, but it's not your average gatefold, because a gatefold card is not truly what I'm actually doing, but I still think it looks like a gate. So that's what I'm going for. So that's a piece of mauve card and 16 centimeters by 16 centimeters. Sorry, Anita is asking a question. Can't see the Julie Hickey things. If you'd like me to check, I will. It should be there. Because I know that they were. Let me just have a look. Hold on a second. Yeah, they're called Perfectly Pretty Blooms. So not quite sure why you can't find it, because it says it's there. Don't know on that one. I will check for you later on, Anita. And also, Anita, oh, you found them. That's all right then. I also have sent out a different thing in your post as well. You were asked, we had a issue with the inserts and we've sorted that out for you. So that's on their way. So I then found, because I'm quite into trying to use up some old bits of paper, and this was a really pretty one. It's got some little white spots on it. And so it's quite a pastel pale pink colour. It's an old paper boutique, but I'm afraid to say I can't tell you what the name of it is because it didn't have a cover anymore. It's that old. It was just, but I'm pretty sure it's a paper boutique. It was just sitting on the side there. So that piece is cut to 15 centimetres. Usually I would only go down by half, but this one is cut to 15 centimetres. Then I'm going to shut my page over again, and I've got another piece of mauve card, which is 16 centimetres by 5, it's by 6. Just had to check on that one. Let me just double check that. 16 by 6, I think it is. Yeah, 16 by 6. And that's going to go on the front of my card when it's shut. And I'm going to try and marry up the edges so that the ones behind it, they're all in a straight line, like so. And then I've taken another piece of the lovely spotty pink paper, and and that is 15 centimetres by 5 centimetres. So again, taking it down by 1 centimetre. So it does give it rather a large border. And again, trying to keep it in line with this one so that we've got that all looking just so. Now, with my die set, that's it for that bit. So I'm bringing in my die set now. Now I've already cut this one, and so I've cut that out of the mauve. So that is the same colour as I did from the background there. So you've got that cut out in the mauve. And then I'm going to take the inner one, and I've got a piece of lilac card for that. So I shall attach that and just run that through my machine. Whoops. And then I've taken my Duo Dotty die number 4, I think. Yeah, die number 4. They're all numbered on those dies, so it does make it quite handy to actually see what you're doing. So just tap that out. It of course does have release holes to tap it out, so I suppose I shouldn't bash it quite like that. And you can see that we've got the little stitched design there as well. So now on this piece, I want to pop my sentiment, and I'm going to put it behind. So we've got that like that. Now, if you did wish, you could have taken the centre of this card when that was cut out, and because it's an adorable scoreable, it's white on the other side, the centre could also fit inside here. So you can mix and match it, but I thought I would cut out something completely different. Now I've already practiced and used that, so we hence have got a very pink piece here. Let me just take that off, and I'm going to pop that into place. Just try and hold that there so that I can centre as much as I possibly can, anyway, centre my sentiment. And this one says, sending you heartfelt love and wishes for a birthday full of smiles and laughter, which I think is quite nice. So this is onto the white piece that I cut out from the Duo Dotty nesting circles. I'm going to use a Simon Says stamp colour, which is called Rose. Again, I'm going with the sort of pinky mauvey type of colour. And I'm just going to ink that up. I quite like to have a selection of little inks, as well as ink pads, I should say, as well as the bigger ones, because I just find that sometimes when it's like doing things like this, it's easier to handle. So I shall pop that over. Now I have to say, it does annoy me with these, because I think, oh no, I've got it. I had a feeling that it was the magnet was going to stop the top of that word coming out, but that's come up perfectly. So I'm also going to just, whoops, pop that back into there so that I don't get any stamping onto the back there. Don't really want to do that. So we've now got our sentiment that is on there, which has come out beautifully. It's a nice mixture of fonts, isn't it? I quite like that one. And also the what was I going to say? The Dotty design here is sort of going to be lost, I have to admit, but I just thought I would show you that it was back in stock, really. But I think you can just see that it's got like that dotty inside bit as well, which looks nice. So now that is going to go inside of this one, and I'm not putting these two together at the moment, or actually ever. So I need to now just pop that into here. So I'm going to be sticking that on the back. So when I turn that over, I just want to make sure that if I got that completely centered, would that be centered? Yes, it would. So that's okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue around the very outside of this. And then when I turn that over, I can center that onto my looped inner piece there. Press that down and turn it over. You've got your sentiment on there like that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my card again. So this piece is going to sit on the front of my card. If you recall, we've got like a little gate. That piece is going to sit on the front, but this piece is going to sit inside on the back. So I'm actually making a frame, but only when it's shut. So it's going to show like that. So when it opens, we can then put another circle in there if you wish, or simply write your message straight into there, or you could write on the back of here your message, whichever you prefer. So I'm going to put this one in place first, because that is how we can measure up where the other one's going to go. So I'm just going to put some glue onto the main part. I can see that I've got one of the loops there though still, so get out when you're told. Come on, Mr. Loopy. That's better. So I'm going to put that as much in the centre as I think I can. Okay, as I said, I'm not worrying about, I've not got one bit of glue on those outside little loops because I don't think it's necessary, and I think it would then start to possibly get so sticky, and it's really not necessary. As long as you've got glue in that centerpiece, that's perfect. So in order to place this in the right place, I'm going to close my card up, and I'm going to in a minute put glue only to about there. But the point is, I will then put it in place as if it was the frame together. Okay, so just onto that bottom bit here. Don't need it anywhere else because we don't want it to stick down. And I'm just going to hover it over the top measuring up that we've got it in the right place there. And then just pressing down on this bit, because this, if you recall, was the only bit that we put the glue on. Okay, so that when we open it, we've got that inside, but when we close it, we've got that on the outside. And I think that looks quite pretty. So then we are going to pretty it even more, and we are going to get ourselves some flowers and some foliage. Now with the foliage, I'm going to grab myself a little bit of colour, and I think not quite sure if milled lavender is going to be strong enough. Shall we have a look? Because what I want to do is just take the leaves from the essential foliage and just give it a little bit of colour. So just a little tiny bit. I'm just going around the edges. It won't show very much until I put it down onto there, and then it will show a little bit more, and that's what I want it to be. I just want it to show a little bit. Just picking it up. Oh, I see I've got a separate hair on there. And just going around each of the edges there. I have got an in-person workshop this weekend down here in Selsey, and if any of you, I think I saw a couple of names that I know should be there, so if any of you are going to be there, do watch out for an email, please, because I need to change the time very slightly, only very slightly. I will explain all in the email, bringing it forward just a little tiny bit, but all will be explained. So watch out for that. I shall send that out this evening. So it'll be great to, that'll be our first one, another first. But although it'd be February. So that's that one. Don't know if you can see the difference. So that's the white one, and that's with it just, can you see that? It's a little bit difficult to see in that light, but it's just giving a little hint. And I know leaves are green, but I just thought that would be something a little bit different. Yeah. So as I said, Sunday as well, this coming Sunday, we've got the card kit. Oh, and that reminds me, I think I have mentioned it before, and I'm just sort of thinking out loud. I would like a little bit of feedback for those of you who are perhaps members of the Facebook group. Maybe that's an easier way, or on here as well, to mention it in the comments about card kits. Is it something that you would like more of or less of, or any comments about it? They seem to be getting more and more popular with my lovely crafty groups, and I'm not quite sure which way that people would like to go. So it would be interesting to see what you have to say about it, as to whether you like a little bit more kits, or you're quite happy how it is. It would just be interesting to hear. So this was milled lavender. I'm just going to give the so these essential foliage have little markings on it, and I'm using that as, that's where is almost, to me, says bend here. So that's what I'm just doing, just to give it a little bit of an oomph. And then I've got some wire cutters, because the flowers that I'm using are, well, they're not wire, they're sort of almost like fuse wire inside, but because there's quite a few, because there's got quite a few stamens there, it just needs to be trimmed with that. So I'm going to put one along there, one down there, and then, as I said, you can see that you've got, this is a piece of wire here, but I don't want all that, and I need to cut that off just a little bit further along. So just grab these and then just, oh, Do you know, when I cutting these off reminds me, I used to do a load of different flowers with wire. I have got loads of these. And one of the things, let's see if I've got it in front of me. One of the things that looked really, really pretty, now I must just cut that bit off as well to show you what I'm trying to show you, is hold on, I've got to find trying to find a very, very thin or very, very sharp, one or the other, pokey tool. Here we go. Around here. And what we used to do was literally bend that around said pokey tool. So it's only the bit of wire that was left over from there. And then pull, oh gosh, that's quite stiff wire. But then pull that out and then pop that, I'll show you in a minute. Pop that into the mix of the flowers, and it gave a really pretty, actually, if I did it like that, that would be easier, wouldn't it? Gave a really pretty sort of little twisty bit. That was easier to leave that bit on until the last minute. See what I mean? Whoops. By that little twisty bit. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit sad, isn't it? But there you go. Yeah, it was the pokey tool I couldn't find, Jude. I was looking for it and I couldn't see it for looking. Despite the fact that I have what you call an organiser, it wasn't organised. I've already gone out the wrong way with that one, so let's just twist that. They really need to be a bit longer, to be honest. These ones are a little bit short. That one's a little bit sad too, isn't it? But you get the idea, and they really look really quite nice. So let us just pop these into place. So I don't forget that this bit is separate, so I can't have any glue up this end. It's got to be down here, so otherwise I'll be sticking anything to the back of it at the same time. So I'm just going to pop that one in there and then lay this one down on this side. There we go. Get my silicone glue, because that's going to be the best way of popping these on, because they're a little bit, obviously the back of it, if I just show you, is going to be with that stamens. So that piece there needs to be kept there, all wrapped up, because it holds the centre of all those lovely stamens. So grab myself a blob of the good old silicone. Pop that one there. And then that one. Pop that little bit there. Just going to trim that off a bit because I don't want that one quite so long. Just open that up a bit as well. We need to see what's in the centre of those. I don't know what flowers they're supposed to be. They often have roses, but these might be, oh, are they a magnolia? Do you know, I think that's what they were, magnolia. I got them from a company called Wild Orchid Crafts, which I think are still around, but I think we spoke about this a while ago, but that they've gone over to Poland or somewhere, certainly not England anymore. And yeah, not quite what we had before. Nothing stays the same. Isn't that pretty? And the idea is that you then pop these little twirly bits into a bit of silicone, preferably that's already there, to be honest, the silicone that is on the flowers. So if you can see, you get those little twirly things coming out of there. Now these are a bit sad, really, to be honest with you. They are very sad and they haven't worked very well, but you get the gist, don't you? Do we put it in that way? Yeah. So yeah, that sort of thing. Let me put the lid on and let me run through it with you again of all the bits and pieces that we had. Let's throw all these. Well, someone was asking about the wire cutters. I do have the wire cutters, but I'm pretty sure that they are not showing on the website at the moment. I will double check on that because I can't remember, to be honest. I can't remember. I'm feeling that I want to put those corners on there. Can I do that? You're not too busy at the moment, are you? Do I put light colours or dark colours? What do you think? Let's cut one out and then we'll see. Hold on. Just going to run that through and see, because I think it looked quite nice with the corners. Is there any news on doing a weekend workshop? Unfortunately, not at the moment. I have been looking into it, but at the moment I've got my dad very poorly. And to be honest with you, I can hardly think about anything but that just at the minute. So it is still definitely literally on the cards, but not very practical just at the minute, I'm afraid. So now this is cut out of the lilac. So this is the lighter colour. No, it's got to be the darker. What do you think? I'll do one in the darker and you tell me what you think. Hold on, let's take the bits out. And cut one out in the mauve. I'm not quite sure. I think if I'm going to do it, it needs to be darker, doesn't it? Oh, thanks, Julie. Yeah. It could be green, Jean, but I wouldn't go with it, to be honest. Dark colour. Yeah. To me, that would be too much of a contrast, I think. Don't know. We can try, because I've got a bit of green there as well, I think. Whoops. So this is... It's very narrow, actually. Not narrow, very thin lines. So actually, the darker colour probably looks quite good. Shall I go with green as well? Just to see. I think I've got a green there anyway. Hold on. Had a little... scrap of green, I thought. On the other hand, I need to look in a different box because it's not there. Let's just check. It's got to be the right colour green, hasn't it? Because I think I don't like that one. Let's try that. This is an olive green. It's a bit like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, isn't it? This one was too light. This one was too dark. This one was too big, small, whatever. It detracts. Hold on, what are we saying? Detracts from the circle. Oh, thanks for all your nice wishes. Thank you. I'm beginning to think that you're quite right on that one. I don't know if that works, actually. I don't think that one. And I am possibly beginning to think, leave it. You know? Leave it alone. Stay away from the card. No. I'm beginning to think stay away from the card. I think the only place that would look good would be possibly, potentially, down here, down the bottom, because you've got the green going on there. But no, do you know what? I think those of you that said leave it are right. So I've got a selection of colours cut out for no reason whatsoever, because I actually think, what about if I put it down there? Just down there? No, stop it. Leave it. Could I put some little colours on instead? No. Okay, I'll leave it, shall I? Oh, I know what you could do. What about a pearl? Oh, I've got to go with that now because I quite like that. And the good thing is, it's my card. So at the end of the day, if I'm happy with it, it doesn't matter what it looks like. And that's the same for all of your cards. If you are happy with what you see, then that is the way to go with it. Gosh, I also used to put little pearls on everything too. Did you do that? Do you still do that? I remember some of the cards by oh, I can't think now. Can't think what her name is just at the moment. And always she used pearls, and it just looks so pretty. I think that looks very pretty. They've got to go continue on the inside though, haven't they? Otherwise it's going to look a bit daft. Let's open that. Yeah, because then that looks even prettier when you go inside, doesn't it? So I'm in my own sweet little world, really, aren't I? Pearls and whatever. So whilst I continue to do it, let me just tell you what we used. So we used the Maximumcrafts double looped circle easy frames, which I'm working on here at the moment. We use them in conjunction with the Moonstone duo dotty nesting circles, which give you a little dot either side. So it would cut inside and outside, hence the duo side of it. The stamp set that I used was the For Love of stamps, and it's called Loving Words. There are two different types of stamp sets in that collection. I think the other one's called Cherished Words. They're on the website anyway, but they've got some nice little sentiments in there to go in there. And then we used a little bit from the Maximumcrafts Essential Foliage for our flowers. The flowers were mulberry paper flowers. I have had them for years, so they're nothing special or nothing that I can offer you, but you would be able to get them from good old the Bay of Ease and that type of thing. I think that looks pretty. And then when you close that, that just gives that a nice little touch, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm happy with that now. I don't want to put anything around the side now. I'm happy now. I did also pick up the scroll corners, but decided against that because I think that actually it was too much. Your pattern's here and here, isn't it? So there we go. That is our card for today. I hope you did like it, and if you did, it would be good to see a few thumbs up along this line here. Hold on, I'm sometimes use diamond art leftover gems. Oh, I see that you've got leftover. Yeah, good idea. Card kits. Card kits. Yeah, quite happy with those. Yeah. As I say, drop me a few lines about that because it'd be good to see. And I'm glad that I've pleased most people, and certainly by not putting these on there. We didn't like those, did we? Not for this one. And obviously, if this, you can't see that now, then can you? It just, if only you could be here with me. It might be a bit full with all of you in here with me as well, but it would be nice to be able to show you that in real life because that is really pretty. I shall try and take a photograph of it that shows it a bit how it really is, but it is difficult with these 3D cards. But it's just a little bit different. It kind of still looks the same, but it's not. So thank you so much for joining me, as I said. I will see you again on Sunday evening, hopefully, for the launch of the February card kit. And for those of you that are going to be with me on Saturday afternoon, do watch out for your emails because I just want to update the time of that class, if that's okay with you. For the rest of you, hope you have a good weekend before and after, whatever, because it'll almost be finished by the time I see you. But it'll be exciting to show you. I think it's another beauty. I'm very, very excited to show you. I know a lot of people have already seen it in the pre-orders, and by the look of all that, this time I did go and order a load more so that I have got them. So that's good. But once they're sold, they're sold. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a lovely evening, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Okay, take care then. Bye.